but we're also going to be joined by Martin Howe down the line, who is head of something which I was talking about on the show yesterday, which is the government's or the ERG's Star Chamber looking at this government legislation on Rwanda. Martin, thank you for joining us. Very nice to have such a learned KC joining us today. You spent the weekend going through Rishi Sunak's new Rwanda bill in relation to,
That's right.
to deporting people. What was your conclusion that you delivered as part of the Star Chamber to Conservative right-wing MPs yesterday?
Well, the problem with the bill has positive elements in it. Mm-hmm. The bill will, in effect, reverse the Supreme Court decision, which threw the whole Rwanda policy into disarray and stop mode. And to do that, it disapplies elements of the Human Rights Act and immunises it from international law. But the problem with the bill is that it's extremely narrow. What it does is it reverses the Supreme Court's decision that Rwanda is an unsafe country for migrants as a general rule. What it does not do is prevent individual migrants pursuing individual claims, both claims that they individually are at special risk if they're sent to Rwanda, and other kinds of claims based on other elements, other human rights arguments, such as family life or medical conditions, etc., etc.
But Martin, we heard in a leaked document yesterday that the Home Office believes that, I think it's 99.5% of all legal claims that could possibly be made on an individual basis would be excluded by this bill. So what is that? Are they right? Is it only 0.5% of claims that would ever even be considered or make it into court? And if so, what do those 0.5% represent?
Well, I think I heard that Robert Jenrick had said that this is a document that was prepared internally some time ago and before a lot of the court, within the Home Office, and before a lot of the court judgments, which went adversely. And it isn't realistic. And my view is that that figure is simply not realistic.
Okay.
The number of claims that have been pursued and aired in the courts and have either resulted in prolonged delays to cases or have been upheld are very, very high. And what will happen is if the bill goes through, the sort of industry that supports the illegal migrants will turn to fashioning claims that fit into the cracks in the bill.
Okay.
So I think there'll be a lot of claims and they'll cause a lot of problems and a lot of delays.
Martin, quickly, one very, very final point, a one-word answer, if I may push you for one. Will this bill, if it passes, see planes taking off before the next general election with migrants on their way to Rwanda?
I don't know.
I don't know? Well, I was hoping for one word. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I mean, from a starting point, the bill will have to get through, and they have to get through the Lords, which may be more difficult than the Commons, and I imagine will take time. And there may have to be ping pong between the houses. So we're looking a matter of months before the bill, at earliest, is likely to receive royal assent. And from that point, there are then all these individual claims that will be pursued, some of which are there and have just been suspended while the Supreme Court decision was dealt with. And the legal system is not fast, particularly when it's swamped with large numbers of cases.
Martin, that sounds like a no, but thank you very much for joining us. Brilliant to hear your learned legal opinion.